Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching AFLNT's coverage of the 2025-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Round 3 clash from TIO Stadium on Larrakia Country. Kicking off this round, we've got Tiwi Bombers taking on PINT in a top 4 clash. My name is Sam Layton and I'm joined by my commentary partner, Paul Stretton. How are you and how are you excited for this battle today, Paul?
Thanks, Paul. It's Peter, actually. But look, that's fine. Good way to start. Yeah, no problem. How do I think about the game? I think, well, they're both in the top 4 at the moment. And although the PINT club have got much better percentage, as in the last 2 games, so it's going to be a close one, I think.
My apologies, Peter. I just completely ruined that, didn't I? But we are underway here, and PINT are kicking to the right of the screen, and they're going to go inside 50 straight up. But in that back there is Mackenzie for Tiwi, just taking a beautiful stretching mark. He's going to swing it out to the pocket to a teammate in McLean, the older Wanderers superstar, who brings a lot to the Tiwi Bombers. He sends it, gets it just outside 50. He's got pressure coming, and that pressure from James Rowe managed to affect the spoil, but it's going to be a free kick here. So Tiwi just steadying things so far. And Lockwiak sends that out wide to a short lead. They're going to go down the far side wing, but cut off beautifully by PINT there. Looked inboard to the corridor, but nothing really coming, but he finds a teammate in Frauenfelder, and he goes long. He's got a one-on-one in the square, but just hangs it wide, and it goes out on the full.
All right, plenty going on early in the game here. Just wondering whether the wind is going to have an effect going towards the airport end. We can see the flags at the scoreboard looking pretty strong, so PINT's kicking perhaps with a advantage.
Absolutely, those flags are flying pretty strongly there, so I do think it will be, as that ball gets high up and under just outside 50, almost a strong mark at the front. PINT crumbing beautifully there, gets tackled strongly, but a quick hands out the back. Tiwi is set up there nicely, and a pick up on that far side, takes on 1, takes on 2, gets rid of it, and Keranua, he does a handball, but PINT there to wrap it up. Bit scrappy to kick us off. Stevens gets a handball out only as far as PINT, and we're going to get a Tiwi free kick here, just a bit of high accidental contact.
Both teams going hard for the ball at this stage.
They're going to switch it over to the near side wing. Why wouldn't you to Hams? He goes down the line to Blackney Notter, the best on ground last week for Tiwi. Just hangs it a bit wide out in front of Kentilla, and we'll get a boundary throw in just in front of the Tiwi bench.
Just see who's up in the ruck at the moment.
Looks like McDonald and Blackney Notter in the ruck.
I thought it last week. Number 22, it looks like the guy who used to play for Richmond, played last year for Tiwi. I think he's 25 last year.
He does have some VFL experience. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, but we'll get another stoppage here. So McDonald just gets rid of Blackney Notter in the ruck, and a quick hands. It's going to come out to Rowe. He's been instrumental for PINT, but only as far as Kentilla, and that's Brandon Kentilla, and he puts on a strong tackle and over the boundary line again for another throw-in. So PINT 2 from 2 this season so far, and Tiwi just with a narrow loss to Nightcliff. Both have beaten Waratahs so far this season as well, so I think we're in for a cracking clash here, and I'm going to tip Tiwi to get over the top, but PINT are looking good early here as McDonald sends that one down the line. Nearly a strong mark from Tiwi. Beautiful roving work there from Bates. He's going to follow up his own handball. He's going to stream in. He's got a bit of time and space. He looks inboard, and he just hangs it in straight through the big sticks for PINT's first of the game.
Terrific goal. I'm going to go against you on that one. I'm going to go for PINT in this game just to make it a little bit more interesting. But yeah, nice move down the grandstand wing, and a nice goal.
Yeah, PINT do look strong in their first 2 games of this season. They've bolstered with a lot of recruits, I would say. There's a fair few from last year that have hung around, and they've just been building since they came into the Premier League comp as well. So it's good to see. Yeah,
there's a definite progression going on each year. They look more dangerous. So yeah, they've got a good future at the PINT club.
They've also started their juniors as well a bit more stronger this year, so they've got a bit of a pathway now.
And a home, which is handy.
Yeah, that is nice. So back in the middle here, Blackney Nodder got over the top of that one, but PINT's read it best. They're going to send it just inside 50 again. Good spoil there coming from Tiwi. Hams is pursuing this, but so is Short. Murphy Short had a great game for PINT last week as well. He gets kicked off the deck, only as far as and cut off by Jacob Brown. He goes short, almost a dangerous kick there, but he finds a teammate inside at PINT's forward 50. It's going to come out to Lockwiak. He's calling a few people towards him, and I think that's what Tiwi want to do. They want to drag all the PINT to that sort of edge of the square and then just slingshot it in. They've got a nice, beautiful passage of play on the far side wing here. They're going to chip it over to the top. Can't quite take that mark, but beautiful follow-up there. Quick hands from Cantilla. It's going to go long. It's going to go towards the square. Just slightly offline. So Tiwi's first score on the board.
First time in the forward line, I think. I think there's definitely a bit of a Zephyr breeze going down the ground. You can tell by Hams's kick was about 15 metres short of what it would normally be.
Yeah, Ashton Ham's back for Tiwi as well this year. Obviously started his NTFL at Palmerston, but under pressure, James Rowe there. But beautiful work from Tiwi's defence, but cool, calm and collected. Gets it out to Stevens. They're going to go through the hands here on this wing. Got pressure coming. Long handball, dangerous hospital handball, and Hams reads it best. Gets it out to Lockwiak. Lockwiak gets a quick handball to Thompson. We know what he can do as well. Gets it back to Hams. Hams goes short. Short to Jacob Brown. He's going to go long down the line, sitting under it there. Beautiful, strong mark from Nigel Lockyer. Best on ground performance last week for Tiwi as well. We'll see if he can bring that game as well again. And it's going to go in at a beautiful pack mark deep inside of Tiwi's forward 50 by the captain in Cantilla.
Yeah. Little known name around the traps.
Yes. So Cantilla's going to kick from probably 30 out. He steers it home and straight through beautifully for Tiwi's first.
Nothing like having a captain set it up with the first goal. So that's a good incentive for the team to follow through with him. Great goal.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that they're looking quite composed and looking short because of that wind as well. As you said, Ashton Ham's kick didn't go as far as probably what it should have, and it's hung up in that breeze. So they're playing some smart footy early, Tiwi are.
Yeah, well, they've got a good coach, Patrick Bowden. He knows what he's doing, so I'm sure the crew down there before the first quarter would have discussed that.
So another hot game, 2 o'clock games. I don't know how they do it still. As the ball goes back up, Blackney Nodder put some good pressure on there, but McDonald gets it out and dragged in by Frauenfelder. And we'll get another stoppage inside the centre square. It's a good body again in the ruck. McDonald looking to take that. He gets his own tap. He gets it out to a teammate who tries to take him on. And PINT are going to go inside their forward 50 here. They've gone deep. They've got one-on-ones everywhere. Hanging out the back, though, is Mackenzie. And he swings it across to that far side pocket to McLean. McLean looks down the line. He's got out the back Michael Thompson. He's surely going to take this and run. He's got a teammate on the outside going to help him. And they come back in towards the corridor. Someone with the headband on. And that's Jack Steele. Played a bit of footy down south in the Sandful for Sturt, I believe. So will send this one in board. Nobody really picked it up and took it there, but Cantilla's going to take him on. He just gets a handball in the nick of time. He was looking for Puddentana Mary, and he's got more support from Lockyer. They go backwards to go forwards, and PINT set up beautifully there. They're going to play fast here because Tiwi have been sucked into their forward half here. And PINT get another nice defence mark down the wing from Smythe. Smythe just sends it inboard looking for Marshall. Marshall's got the run. He's going to get the handball. Beautiful work there from Frauenfelder. And he's going to have a look on goal, but he's just hung it out. So he had a few different options there, but probably didn't really know which one to pick.
Yeah, that's correct. A lot of options there. But anyway, they've got the ball where they want it. So, yeah, pretty good cohesion coming down the ground there. But it's early days. They're going to be tired by the end of the game, I reckon. Anything could happen.
Absolutely. There's a couple of Tiwi hands on knees already.
Yeah.
having to do a lot of two-way running here because they just get inside forward 50, but Pine have been cutting it off on that half back. So Hams runs out, has a bounce here. He's going to go long straight in front of us. He's looking for Thompson. He's going to get to Putuntanameri instead. He gets a handball out, but only this far. Pine are nicely set up and balanced around these contests as well, not getting too sucked in. And a quick kick around the corner from short. Two went at it then, but picked up and sent inboard, but just a bit of a kick in hope, and Hams reading that beautifully so far. He's calling people across, but he's going to go to Cantilla, and that's Carlson Cantilla. He's got a couple of leads coming at him, and he's going to hit Thompson straight on the chest. Beautiful work. They're going to use this corridor if Black Leonardo can get it. They're going to switch it just outside. They've got a runner in. It looks like Lockyer there. But again, another kick in hope here, and a red best by Jorgensen. Might go through the hands, and they've got a bit of time and space to analyse and assess the kick. The kick just went straight over the head of Frauenfelder. So Tiwi have turned this one over, and Tipalora will take that mark in front of us. They're going to settle again and go back to Hams. They're looking to switch it here. They're probably not wrong in this option here. Hams hoping his kick went to the right a bit more. So they've got some run here, and that's Madden to a teammate down, but cut off here by Pint, and that's Smythe cut that one off. He goes short to Marshall. Marshall goes even shorter to Smith. Smith's going to have a ping to the one-on-one in the square, gets rid of his opposition, but deemed in the back. So Main just pushing Hams in the back. A bit of a size mismatch there. So Hams looking to come out this near side. Finds a teammate. The teammate gets it out to Thompson. Thompson's got a lead, beautiful strong lead and strong mark from Tipalora coming at him. He signals he's going to go long, and that exactly he does. Good contest, reading it best, getting those hands off is McKimmie. Pint send it down the line, but Tipalora sitting under it there. Not much movement in front of him, so he's just going to have to go to a contest here. He just pokes that bit too wide and out on the full, so Pint will get a free kick here for out on the full.
Jack Steele, number 16 on the mark. I just got a bit confused about transfers down in the AFL. Some called it to Collingwood, I think.
Yeah, I was looking at that before the game, and I thought, oh, interesting, but
I think Steele wears a white headband sometimes too. I'm not sure.
So Steele's kick was chopped off here. Tipalora's going to pursue that one, but good body coming in from Pint. Picked up there by Tippermoody. He gets a handball into the corridor. He gets it back himself. He follows it up. He's going to go long. He's got a one-on-one in deep in the square. Good body work. Beautiful pick up and the snap. And it just hangs out left. So Tiwi with a couple of shots on goal early. They're looking good down there in their forward line.
Cantilla having another shot there, just missed it. Cantilla, the captain.
So Pint bring this one out. Shot's got it. He goes down the wing. They're going to get some run here. The handball works for them. They're going to send it inside 50. Looking for Main again. He just drops that one. Was almost uncontested like, but picked up again. They've got some space here. They've got strong defence coming from Tiwi, and the snap around the corner. And it's going to go through for a behind. So a few scoring shots each, a lot of snaps happening, a lot of snaps missing so far this game.
Pretty low scoring, so I think there's still 1-2 each.
So Hams comes out to Tipalora.
Might be considered a win by Tiwi, keeping them to the same score.
Absolutely. That breeze is still heading to the right of screen. Looks for Thompson, but doesn't quite get him, and cut off there by Ma. Ma releases Barry. Barry's going to go long. What can Main do here? He's been sucked under that footy by the defender. That defender looks like Will Madam. And he did a great job just to get him not in the back and just get Main under that footy. Looks like McLean will take this kick out this time. They might need that run and carry from Hams just to break that 70-metre sort of arc. Strong stretching mark cut off there by Curtis Ryan for PINT. So PINT are going to send it inside 50. Haven't been keeping track of my inside 50s, but they've definitely gone inside 10 or 11 times at least this quarter. A quick handball over the head and a snap shot on goal straight in front for PINT. So they kick their second. I didn't quite pick up who that was. It all happened too quick for me, but...
It's the guy coming off, I think. Fraudenfelder, would that be right?
Potentially. He's had a great start to this game. He's been dangerous and taking some marks and contesting early.
Yeah, well, they've got to make the most of their opportunities, so that goal's very handy.
Looks like Archie Stevens, I think, kicked that one.
Oh, okay. He was their best player last week or something, I think. Archie Stevens.
So we're going to go back in the middle. So we're 15 minutes down in this quarter. We are playing the heat rule today, so 18-minute quarters with time on. Because Darwin is going through a heat wave, even though I feel like this is what they're playing every week. And it goes inside PINT's forward 50. Tiwi with some numbers there. They've got pressure coming, picked up by Jai Barry, and he's going to have a snap on the left, and it goes through. Beautiful work from Jai Barry. He just roved that off the hands of the Tiwi players deep in their 50.
Classic good forward play, being at the right place at the right time and then dobbing it. Well done. Terrific play.
Tiwi just looked a bit flat-footed around that contest then, so Barry was on his feet ready to go. He also had some support from Schwarzenberg as well, so they just were ready to pounce on anything, and Tiwi were too slow inside their forward 50. So 2 quick goals for PINTs. We are 16 minutes through this first quarter. PINT 3-3, 21 leading Tiwi 1-8. As we're back in the middle, looks like Steele's gone into the ruck. Give Blackney not a chop out. It's going to come out. We've got runners here on the outside. They're going to go inside 50, probably their first inside 50 from a clearance in the centre, and cut off there beautifully by PINT. They're just in the right spot as a defensive unit. Oh, but that wasn't a great kick. Lockie has cut that off. He's going to have a look deep for his captain in Cantilla. And he'll have another shot on goal. So just to steady things for Tiwi. So he's going to have a shot from probably 40 out on a slight angle here. The breeze against him, but he's going to try to use it to bring it back. And oh, it's just touched on the line. So beautiful defensive work there by PINT. And they'll look to take this one out quickly. 2 kicks and it's down the wing. Almost cut off by Tiwi there, and it almost landed in the lap of Marshall, but he didn't quite get a hand to it, so we'll get a ball throw in on the far side.
Well, certainly Kim Cantilla, the captain, number 5 at full forward, he's certainly presenting up there, and it's his third go on goal. You can imagine what's going to happen perhaps if he got a few more coming down the other end. He just seems to be able to do what he wants. It's a terrific play.
So PINT here with the clearance. Rowe's going to end up with it. He's going to send it inside the corridor. Tiwi love this corridor too, but ends up in the hands of Blackney Notter. Notter's going to send it looking deep for a teammate. Oh, hung in the air for a bit. Cantilla's going to pick it up here, hopefully. Makes me look a bit silly when he doesn't, but a beautiful snap from Tip and Woody. It's gone high up and under. Probably an unrealistic attempted mark from a teammate in the square, so PINT will take the free kick. It looks like Puddentana Mary had that unrealistic attempt, but had to try something when it was high up and under. So PINT goes short, straight out. Mars got this one here. He's looking to this near side wing. He's got a few coming at him, but the kick, beautiful, hung out, couldn't quite be taken by Frauenfelder. He goes long down the line to McLean, and taken smartly over the boundary line was Madden. He didn't have support there, and he had 2 PINT players on him, so smart footy from Madden there just to steady things.
Yeah, it was courageous play, really. Putting his body right on the line.
So beautiful ruck work by Smythe. Takes it out, one grab, sends it to the top of the 50. And the kick from Jorgensen wasn't great, but Hams read it best. There's 2 Tiwi out here. Nice communication there from Lockowick. He goes long to Brendan Kentula. Takes that classic quick bounce, or doesn't come off the boot nicely. So goes in too short inside 50, and Pine are going to clean this one up. They're going to the far side wing. They've got a nice mark out there. The runner through short. They just suck the defenders in beautifully there. So Pine have got it. They've had a bounce on the far side. It's a 2-on-1 in the 50, and the one doesn't quite do enough work, but tried hard. McLean dropped that mark, but Tiwi managed to clean it up themselves.
Yeah, the McLean Hampton Ash combination's really working well for the final back line down there for Tiwi. 2 experienced guys who, you know, reliable and are showing it.
So Thompson just with the composure there, hit up Blackney Notter. Notter's looking for Lockyer, doesn't quite get it. He's got pressure coming. 2 Pints run into each other. Picked up there by Rowe. Rowe shrugs one. Gets a handball, or strong a tackle from Blackney Notter on Jack Brown. Gets the handball out. Picked up by McDonald. McDonald releases. That looks like Smith. Smith sends it to Bates. Bates went to kick it. He found a teammate in Stevens. Stevens sends it to the goal scorer, and I reckon the Sirens just beaten them. So, good start this quarter. The Heat rule in play for that shortened quarter. And Pint, 3 goals, 3-21, leading the Tiwi Bombers 1 goal, 3-9. And we'll be back with you after a short break.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. King for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot in the stream. This from my city, yeah, this from my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Top End Footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Go! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top End Footy. Nothing comes close.
All right, welcome back to AFL&T's coverage of the 2025-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Round 3 clash between the Tiwi Bombers and PINT. I have Peter Stretton here, commonly known as Stretz, which is far easier for me to say. How did you see the first quarter, Stretz?
Well, how you going anyway? Good, you can remember the name. It's really great. And yeah, Stret's a little bit easier than Peter. One's got one syllable and one's got two. I know it's hard out there. All right, how did I see the game? Look, I think it's going to, this quarter, with the breeze behind them, what are Tiwi going to do? If Cantilla, number 5, does what he did in the first quarter and is a little bit more accurate, anything could happen here. But again, they've shown pretty solid form, the Pints, and they're fairly cohesive and they're pretty solid with each other. So I'm sure that they might even try the short game as well that Tiwi applied. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, in that first quarter, Tiwi were quite composed, and I think they'll look to go long here, as you said, and isolate Cantilla. As Pint got that clearance, but McLean cuts it off there on their half-back. He goes wide to the far side. That looks like Brown with that one. He's going to go down the wing. He's got a teammate coming at him. They play on quickly. They go in the corridor, but overcooked the kick a little bit, so Schwarzenberg's going to pick this one up. He goes short into almost Prendergast into a hospital kick, but he's got a teammate. He's released, and they're going to go inside 50. Beautiful, strong overhead mark. I would have paid that, but play on, says the umpire. So Tiwi've got a bit of work to do here. It's one-on-ones. Hams goes diving in there, lost his feet. It's going to come out to Lockwiak. Nobody can really pick it up cleanly. Tiwi managed to tap it down to the square, but long arms there from Ma. Gets it out to Frauenfelder. He sends it in board. Can he find Main? Main's got 2 to beat. The 2 beat Main, and one of them was Madden. And Tiwi going to clean it up here. McLean's got it. He goes across the face of goals, has a bounce. Not too much forward pressure from Pint coming at him, and he's going to find Brendan Cantilla. Cantilla's got a teammate on the far side in Brown. Goes back to Cantilla, who's found himself some space here. Has a quick bounce early to Blackney Notter. A stretching pull in there out to Tipalura. Tipalura can't take that cleanly, but he's got his teammate there, and they snap it down in board and steals. Beautiful chest mark straight in front of goal there.
Yeah, Jack Steele. I imagine it might be his second game. I don't know, but yeah, good mark, good position, 15 metres, breeze behind him. Should be a goal.
So he's lining up. He's played a bit of footy in the Goldfields Football League. First season up here with the NTFL by the looks of it. So he comes in. He steadies himself. The umpire doesn't move, so he kicks Tiwi's first of this quarter.
Yeah, well, we're going to see more of that, I wonder. But yeah, with a little bit of breeze behind him, let's not go on about that. But the certainly an advantage, and in the heat conditions, it just gives you a little bit of an advantage. And fairly random kick, but he took a good, strong mark, and that'll give him confidence. And they've got him right down at full forward now, and got Tantilla off to the pocket a little, so that's interesting. But yeah, interesting combination. He's a big unit, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens the next 3 quarters.
Yeah, so Jacob Maloney lining up on Jack Steele. He does have a bit of height on him as well, so he looks strong, and I think Cantilla will almost play that roving role if it's going to come in long. But back to the middle here, McDonald gets a tiny end onto that tap, but Redbesson picked up by Lockwiak. He gets a handball out, he gets it back. He goes down looking for Thompson. Puts it out in front. Thompson gets a handball inboard, and he's got support in a teammate. Gets it out to Twycross. Twycross is going to send it inside 50. Oh, beautiful mark, and I'm going to say that push into his opponent from Lockyer. So he'll be paid the push here, and he'll line up. I think that's Tiwi's 3rd inside 50 so far this quarter.
Yeah, lovely mark, or if it wasn't a mark, it would have been a push in the back, I think. And yeah, AFL have been clamping down on that very strongly in the last few months, so hopefully there's going to be nothing coming out of that. Shouldn't be.
So Lockyer's kick just hung to the right a little bit. Probably that breeze, it's kind of going into that pocket there. So left-hand goalpost. As Pint take this one out, they run it out. Nice composed kick just outside their defensive 50. And down the line, kick drops short though. Quick handball coming out to Tiwi. Have cut this one off. They have a look up. They're looking for Tipaloro. Still comes off their hands. Picked up by Ryan. Ryan's going to send it down the line. They've got some runners. They've got 3 here on that far side wing. Has a bounce. So it keeps it low and flat. Beautiful kick, but cut off there by Braden McLean. He's got support in Jacob Brown. And they send it down. They're going to release each other here as well, Tiwi. As Brown goes inside, just inside 50 here. Looking for his teammate in Cantilla, sorry. Cantilla goes one way, goes the other way. Decides to snap on the right, and it's through for a behind. So those flying shots on goal that you mentioned, Stretz.
Yeah, I'll let you go on.
So Pike, short kick, not 15, so the umpire said play on. Dangerous kick, Cantilla reads it beautifully and cuts it off. His teammate there telling him just to steady things and have a proper shot on goal this time. So Brendan Cantilla lining up for his first of the game. Slightest angle, as I said, that breeze almost coming across the ground now according to those flags. And Tip and Woody saying head to that left-hand goal post. As he comes in, he puts it up nicely. Doesn't look like missing, and it goes straight through. So a beautiful start for Tiwi to this second quarter.
Lovely goal. It's sort of interesting with Tiwi. I always think sometimes a random kick along the ground going at a ridiculous angle, not even directly to a player, actually works to their advantage because of their ground speed. And we saw that a couple of times in that instance. And then a bit of a faulty kick out from the back line randomly, just happens to be in the right spot, bang, goal. So it's that sort of random chaos sort of thing that suits them, and that's what they've got going at the moment. We've seen that the last 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, and Pint were keeping their distance and balance around a contest, and I think Tiwi have worked that out instead of playing that all-in sort of footy, and they've far more balanced around the contest so far this quarter as well. So we're back in the middle. Blackney Notter versus McDonald. Blackney Notter gets a beautiful hop up, but picked up in a quick handball to Stevens. Stevens releases Main there. Looking for Main, sorry.
Must be a free kick down the ground.
Looks like there is, and it looks like they've paid a hanging on free kick. So Riley Main will take that free kick. He's probably, 15 metres out directly in front. So probably the bigger body of Main just to force that free kick there, and probably that quick centre clearance from Pint. Just got those Tiwi defenders a bit caught off guard and just making those small errors. So Main's going to come in for looking for his second of the game to put Pint back in front. And he steers it straight through. Sorry, that's his first of the game.
Doesn't make it any worse. It was a great goal, and yeah, interesting that there was a free kick paid down the ground. I didn't see any incident, but obviously something happened, probably a extended tackle or a late bump, I'm not sure. But anyway, the guy got the goal, good on him.
So Pint take back that lead early in this second quarter. Tiwi with all the momentum, so that'll just steady things for Pint nicely, just at the right time, I think.
Well, we were predicting a close game, and that's what we're getting, and that maintains interest and intensity of it. It's all good, with particularly under the circumstances of the heat wave going on. It really is a hot pot of a game. It's great.
So back in the middle here, Blackney Notter doing a bit of work there. McDonald trying to just body him out, but Blackney Notter got the better one of that one, and Stevens with another centre clearance as his second in a row. Gets a handball to a teammate. They suck the defenders up, and they're going to do a short kick to Shot. And Shot goes just wide onto this flank. The umpire running away from the footy as he should. Quick hands from Jai Barry, found a teammate. They got numbers here. Gets back in the hands of Barry. Barry looks him bored. He had two coming at him, but he just overstung that kick. And Tipalura read it best. So they're going to switch it out to that far side. McLean's got his running wheels on. McLean goes down the line. As Tiwi pick this one up, they send it inside 50 very quickly. A beautiful transition from them. Lockyer with that one, he goes short to Steele. Steele with the snap on the right and straight through. What a beautiful passage of play and a quick turnover from Tiwi there. Jumping on the mistakes of Pint's forwards.
Well, we've made mention of him, and there he's popped up again for a lovely snap over his left shoulder with his right foot. Terrific goal, and the way they brought the ball down was far too easily. And under this heat conditions, it's not surprising players are dropping off, quite quickly, and perhaps, they need to get players on and off the field as quickly as possible, because that was clearly obvious then that the running team was able to break clear, get it down there with young Steele playing probably his first or second game up here, looking really, really promising.
Yeah, and they just stayed composed as well. They didn't overwork that footy straight down that far side wing, and a couple of short kicks just to make sure that they didn't, scatter the things, and found Steele beautifully through. Lockyer found Steele and didn't just blaze away into that goal. So very composed from Tiwi early. So back in the middle. Beautiful tap from Blackney Notter. McDonald did the ruck work and then does the roving work as well. Pick up by Thompson. He took the defender on. Lucky good to get a handball away. But Pint will turn it over, and Brown's got it here. Just kicks to the paddock on that far side wing. And Stevens is first there, so he'll have a look. He's got a couple coming at him, that McDonald in the ruck there. But McLean with the pressure, and he's going to win himself a free kick for a high contact. Otherwise, Pint were probably out then.
Yeah, the big ruckman just not quite able to control the ball sufficiently.
It's a long way down there to pick it up off the deck. As McLean goes deep into their defensive 50 to Hams. Hams comes out to Lokowiak. They've got runners here. Tip and Woody's looking on this near side wing. Stretching, beautiful double fist there for Pint. And Brad Ryan with the spoil. We just probably could have had a crack at that mark, but he had two Tiwi defenders coming with him, so he just had to do what he could. So we had a boundary throw in neutral territory here, smack bang in the halfway mark on the field. Throw in just goes a little bit wide. Blackney Notter read it beautifully there and it went to take it, but didn't quite. Stevens comes out with it, gets it to Ryan, back to McDonald. Some quick hands, a beautiful, strong body there, but tackled well. Pint have it here. Coming out to Brown. Brown gets a handball to Rowe. Rowe's looking for Short. Short's got pressure. He's got Strong through the mid. Sends it inside 50. But tackled strongly is Mackenzie there for Tiwi. It's a 3-on-2 here, so Tiwi going to have to try and hold this one in. And they do, two Tiwi defenders do very well in Madden and Mackenzie there.
Yeah, some pretty hot ball in there a few minutes ago down in the wing here, but they just were able to get it out and get it where it is now.
Beautiful tap over the top from Brown. Gets it out to Rowe. Rowe's going to send it in long. Main almost held on to again there, but Hams took a beautiful mark. He's going to find McLean. I've said that a lot today. McLean to Hams or Hams to McLean. And McLean just over sends the kick wide. And Pint will take this from 60 out through Schwarzenberg. His kick dribbles over. So we'll get a boundary throw in inside Pint's forward 50.
I suppose a lot of players, particularly in the Pints team, I would suggest never played in conditions like this. This is very punishing. They'll be looking forward to getting in the air conditioning room at half time.
Absolutely. So Blackney Notter versus McDonald still in the ruck. Cantilla's there ready to rove it, but boundary line beats everyone. So another boundary throw in. Pint first in the league at the moment for average scores per game. So keeping them to 4-3 so far this game is quite a win for Tiwi so far. Tiwi got that beautifully through Lokowiak. And holding the footy there. So another free kick inside Pint's forward 50 there. They're just about even for forward 50 entries this quarter, but Tiwi with the 3 goals on the board just to take that 2-point lead so far. But it looks like Brown will have a kick. He's going to go back He's got Main in the square in the one-on-one. As he comes in, he takes his full distance and just hangs it left. So another behind for PINT. Probably should have kicked that one and would have rewarded that forward pressure that they've had. It's been inside their forward 50 for probably the last 2 or 3 minutes. So McLean on kick-out duties. He has a look. He's just going to go long to the contest. It's 3-on-2. The Pines spoil each other. Hanging on there. Looks like Lockawyak will give away that free kick. He just got a bit left behind in the speed of Maloney. Just caught him off. So Maloney goes in short to Ma. Ma's going to look to switch, and this is dangerous. Cantilla's in here. What can he do himself? He's got an open forward 50. He picks it up. He goes in to an open goal square, and that was a beautiful turnover there for Cantilla.
Beautiful goal. I thought he was going to do a Ginnivan for a minute. He didn't, fortunately. But yeah, great goal for Tiwi, and yeah, it just comes from hard work and hard play. That's what they're getting out. Their rewards for it.
Yeah, and that's Kim Cantilla, the captain. There's 3 Cantillas out there today. And he just read that from probably 80 out, and he just watched PINT sort of really slowly look for the switch. And then they sent it over there, and you could just see he was going to shark that and kick straight through. So the forward line was open just for him.
Very impressed with the brothers, Mikhail Lockawyak and Zach Lockawyak. I'm assuming they're brothers, but they can play. They're having a real impact, and when it gets to the real tough stuff in the inside and outside, they're very skilled. I believe they've got a lot to do with South Australian FL, I think.
So Tiwi here, beautiful clearance there for Jorgensen, but Tiwi going to send this one inside 50, and Cantilla's in the square, a beautiful contested mark. Umpire says played on. He'll try and snap this, but he didn't get a boot to it, and that was a beautiful tackle by the Pines defender in Maloney. Gets one back on Cantilla. Cantilla's asking the umpire, what's that for? I would have paid the mark.
I would have. I thought he was very unlucky there.
So Tippum Woody goes for a bit of a fly and a stretch, can't quite get it, and the boundary line is there looming, and we'll get another throw in. Cantilla took 2 grabs at that, and I don't reckon the PINT defender had much on it in the middle there, but Cantilla did his best, but beautiful defensive work from Maloney back there. So boundary thrown here. Stills had to go into the ruck to give Blackney Notter a chop out. He's up against Smythe. PINT with the clearance. Oh, strong body work there from Jorgensen. He runs through the defender, but not a great kick, and Carlson Cantilla reads that one off best. He puts it out in front of Madden.
Right cross.
Madden's got some support from Lockawyak. And they go inside 50 again to a contest. Blackney Notter comes over the top. He taps it to the goal square. He's got a teammate. What can they do? They're composed. They're beautiful. They go short. And they find, it looks a teammate. I can't quite see who that is. Almost looks like Thompson. But I don't think it is. It's Jason Jr. Purantanameri. So that was a beautiful composed kick there. Didn't glaze away. Could have chucked it up to the top of the square to another contest, but found a Purantanameri there, and he's going to come in. He's got the little gallop going. He's going to go on the left, and he steers that one home beautifully. So another goal for Tiwi in this second quarter.
Pretty intense little celebration down there as well. Good on him, and looks like a pretty young player coming in from Tiwi. Wouldn't be surprised if it's at Xavier College or something along those lines, but yeah, good on him. Little left foot kick and a nice little celebration. Good luck to him.
It's important to get the celebrations out there. As I said, they've kicked a few this quarter. They've kicked 5 so far. So it looks like Junior Purantanameri spent a bit of time playing for the Tars in the under-16s. And then a bit of time in Alice playing in the under-18s for Feds, and come back up to men's prems as well. So Bit of a pathway there through a few clubs, which is awesome to see for the Tiwi Bombers, and good to see them going back to their home clubs. So Steele and McDonald in the ruck. McDonald, beautiful work. Beautiful rove by James Rowe, and they're going to go inside 50 here. It's 1-on-1, and I would say that should be a hanging on free kick, but I didn't know who it would go to. And it looks like Carlson Cantilla had his arms completely wrapped around Ben Smythe. So Smythe, he's going to take the free kick, and he's going to have a look on goals just to steady things back. So just the one-on-one at the back of the goal square. So they're backing him in here. Smythe's played a bit of footy down in Catherine for the Catherine South Crocs, and just hangs that one left. But he's been a PINT stalwart for a little while over there, which is given them some good consistency, and he's a good leader out there as well.
Yeah, he's having a good game, actually, having a lot of influence in the ruck contest, particularly in the centre.
So Hams gets it out wide. They've got a big paddock here. If they can get it over the top, it looks like Brown has got that one. He's going to release Lockwiak, and they'll go 2 kicks, and they're inside 50. Beautiful body from Cantilla, just at the right time not to cause the free kick. The PINT defenders dived on this. How will the ump see it? And he did pay it. So he very clearly dived on that one, and Tiwi just sort of pushed him into the ground and made sure he held it in. The PINT defender asking what for on his knees there. Might as well play on while he's on there. He can't run far.
Yeah, a bit of frustration there for sure. Player the first inning to get the ball. He's trying to get the ball. He's trying to do something and gets absolutely clumped on by about 3 players and costs them a goal possibly. Very frustrating for a backman in that circumstance.
So it looks like Cantilla here. He comes in, he only takes a couple of steps, and he just hangs that one left. At the same token, though, keep your feet and pick the footy up. So he comes out to this pocket to Ryan. Ryan's just going to have to go long. Launching at that one is McKimmie. Takes a beautiful mark. He looks down the line. He's got Main. He's come right out of the goal square. Main's being held onto. No, free kick paid, so we'll get another boundary throw in. But PINT's 50 was completely empty there, and Main was that last forward, so they're just going to have to work back here. So in the ruck, beautiful read by McDonald. He's got a few runners out the back, comes out to Stevens. Stevens' handle doesn't quite come off. The Tiwi pounce on it through Tip and Woody. Tip and Woody gets it to Tipalora. Tipalora has 2 goes at it. He's getting tackled, but he manages to get his kick away beautifully. They've got Cantilla's got 2 to beat down there, and Ryan's going to be first there. He gets a long handball, but beautiful work from Tiwi. They haven't given up yet. The boundary line still kept that footy in deep inside. McDonald's in there. McDonald gets a handball out to Shot, and PINT clear this one outside their 50 defensive 50. They all look a bit tired out there. It is 22 minutes gone, so 18-minute quarters with time on with this heat rule. And I think both teams will be grateful that boundary line just holds play up and gives them a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, pretty exhausting circumstances, no question of that. And both teams, frankly, are putting on a good show despite that. It's terrific.
So throw comes in. Steele gets a hand to that one. Beautiful read from Stevens. Tiwi might need to shut him down a bit if they want to get some of these centre clearances from Stevens. He's probably had about 6 or 7 stoppage clearances, sorry. Gets out to Smythe. Smythe sends it inboard 50. Good little toe tap off the deck. Main, the big fella's going to have to pick this one up. He's got 2 coming at him, and the siren beats them all. So Tiwi with a huge turnaround that quarter. They kicked 5 goals there to take back the lead from PINT, and Tiwi Bombers 6-6, 42 with the lead at half time over PINT's 4-5 at 29, and we'll be back with you after a short break.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO. we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazaliesnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Top End Footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top End Footy. Nothing comes close.
Welcome back, ladies and gents, to AFL&T's coverage of the 2025-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Round 3 clash between the Tiwi Bombers and PINTs. Stretz, how did you see the first half?
Well, I think probably what we were thinking about prior to the game was the effect of the heat and the breeze, and we saw a pretty strong first and quarter from PINTs, and then a 5-goal domination from Tiwi. But I think this game's going to go anywhere. We'll just see what happens here.
Yeah, and a beautiful centre clearance from PINT there. And they compose that one and kick it short. So an inside 50 in the first 10 seconds for PINT. So a shot on goal this early is a nice start for PINT. As you said, a 5-goal turnaround from Tiwi in the second quarter there. But PINT with the breeze. So is it a 5-goal breeze, do we think?
It's hard. Well, you've got to be accurate to get the 5. You've got to kick accurately.
So PINT come in.
And that's a good start.
And they do make a beautiful start of that. That looks like Frauenfelder with the first goal of the third term.
Yeah, well, that's a good start, isn't it? I mean, that's if they could keep that up for 18 minutes or so, they're going to be a few goals up at three-quarter time. But it's a bit early days yet, so we'll see what happens over the next 5 minutes, where this game's going to, what direction it's going to go. But it is very much an end-to-end, 50-50, pretty even quality teams out there at the moment.
Yeah, and I think it was James Rowe that had that beautiful clearance and took a couple of bounces and composed not to blaze away and send that one inside. So Blackney Notta taking out his teammate here, but Tiwi get it again, and Notta with a quick tap over the top to Cantilla, but PINT have read this one off the hands. It's going to go out wide to Stevens. If he can get a kind bounce, which he does, he's got pursuit from behind and in front. He gets a handball out to Brown. Brown turns around and shrugs off 2 defenders and sends it inboard for the second time within 2 minutes for PINT. But Tiwi, beautiful hands, beautiful pickup. Comes out to McLean. McLean finds his teammate in Lockwiak. And they take a mark just to steady things again. So 2 centre clearances from PINT. And they'll look to switch it here. Has the bounce. Tiwi just wishing everyone around. Madden's done a bit of work to get out wide. There was nothing really coming out, and a wall of PINTs in front of them that we can see here. And they go short to Babui. They have to go backwards, probably just 15 back to Madden. Madden goes inside their defensive 50 to Brown. Back out to McLean on that far side. They're trying something here, but PINT have a beautiful zone set up. They do love corridor footy, the Tiwi Bombers, but they're just staying composed with that breeze against them in this third term. They're going to go long down the line looking for Steele. Just got caught underneath it and spun around, but PINT could have taken that mark but didn't. Stevens gets tackled strongly. It's 3 against 2 here. What can Tiwi do? A quick handball over their head to Tipamudi. Tipamudi sends it in board. There's a one-on-one here. It looks like Tipalora versus Short. Short's going to have to do a lot of work, and he does. He gets a handball away and a kick over his head from Maloney. Only as far as Steele, and Steele's going to take that free kick from that front-on contact. So he forgets to take the footy with him back. Just allowing the PINT defenders a bit of time to set up as well. So who's he going to look for here? Cantilla maybe? Cantilla's down there.
Well, it's a kick into goal. It's not on the run, but unfortunately for them, for some reason, there's a 50-metre again, and Steele's going to take advantage of that and come down and probably kick the goal. We don't have to worry about. I think if he had just plonked it up in the air, then it would have held up, and I don't think there would have been a mark. It would have been 50-50, but well, the umpires decided that anyway. It's going to be a goal. Very handy goal against the Breeze too.
Yeah, Tipamudi was down there. He might have gone for a fly. Lockyer was down there as well.
Yeah.
A lot of sparks, a lot of magic in that square ready there for him. So, but he'll take this shot straight out in front. Umpire Manning deeming the 50. Again, not sure what for, but Steele will be the beneficiary as he comes in. He takes a few steps, doesn't quite get on the trot, and sends it straight over the goal umpire's head for his third of this game.
He's turning out to be a bit of a big influence on the game, this guy. So Steele, Jack Steele. I got excited when I first saw that name a few days ago, but obviously I was a bit misdirected. But nonetheless, this guy's turning it on and looks very, very confident and kicks accurately. And was fortunate enough there to get the 50 metre and make the most of it. Good on him.
So back in the middle, both rucks, Blackney, Notter and McDonald, been rucking strongly both. Pretty even in the middle there all day. And umpire off the ball is going to call a hanging on free kick. It's going to go the way of PINT. So they send it inside their forward half. Can't quite trap it, but does well. McKimmie just to follow it up. Sends it round the body. Hams picks it up. His short stature, almost Ginnivan-like, managed to probably pull that tackle high and should have won himself a free kick, but will get a ball up inside PINT's forward 50. Blackney Notter winning that one, goes straight down the throat of his teammate, sends it straight up the middle with the torp. Steele's there, Lockyer's there, Thompson's there. Thompson gets it out off the hands, sends it out to Tip and Woody, says, what can you do? He's pursuing it, he needs to grab one grab here. It's going to bounce nicely for him, but he's got Brad Ryan hot on his heels. He goes from the pocket and he sends it through and home. Beautiful work from Tip and Woody there.
Fantastic goal, and you know, sort of that Tiwi run onto the ball, get the ball moving, and just create that chaos and that speed across the ground with those young guys. It's just proving at times just a bit much for some of the guys on the back line of PINTs. It's just a different style of football that some of these guys coming up have to, you know, adapt to, and in these circumstances that makes it even more difficult because it's just so hot. But yeah, lovely goal and great finish.
So Francis Tippin Woody there, kicking that one. They've got the speed and the spark just to be able to do that. And if they can get goal side Tiwi, they're likely to kick a goal every time, whereas PINT were forcing them to snap it in that first quarter, which is what forced the 1-3 first quarter. But they're going to take this clearance again, and they're going to send it just to the 50, almost a strong mark there. The umpire's going to pay shopping of the arms to Lockyer. He has a look up. PINT have got a couple spare back there to try and help, and he goes, launches it long to the square. Tim Woody flies, can't quite get it. Beautiful row from row. He gets a handball and beautiful tackle and holding the footy. Tiwi Bombers here will take that free kick inside 50. Just had no awareness of where any defenders were there, the PINT player. And Anzac Lockwiak will take that free kick as well deserved.
Yes, number 25, if I'm right, Marlian Pickett wore 25 for Tiwi last year, and a sort of first look from this distance anyway, you swear it was possibly Marlian Pickett lining up, but it isn't. And he and his brother are having a real impact on this game.
So he comes in, only needs a couple of steps, goes around to the right and just keeps it that side as well. The PINT player deeming that he marked it inside. His feet are very much inside, but the goal umpire deciding that she believes it's a point. So they've called it a point, so they'll take their kick out. So not much moving. PINT starting in the centre, the classic hold. Everyone gather at the top of the 50, and they're going to go straight up the guts instead of going wide. Huge launching kick, but a great mark there from Brown. Or Twycross, sorry. Inboard to Lockwiak. So he plays on. He sends it in 50. Who's going to fly here? There's a few of them. Nearly got it out. Picked up there. Shrugs one defender. Shrugs two. Comes back out. And a beautiful left foot snap. Oh. And the flip from Pudentana Mary to kick his second. That's the little spark they need.
His little celebrations to make it all worthwhile to come to the footy. Good on him. Beautiful goal.
Absolutely. So Tiwi's third goal for this quarter in this first 10 minutes. So running all over PINT at the moment.
Yes, well, my prediction earlier in the game is proving to be a little bit ragged, so let's see what happens in the last quarter. But certainly at the moment, in terms of just general domination and superiority in terms of pace in particular, the Tiwi are edging in front for sure.
Absolutely. 9 goals, 761 to 5 goals, 535. And PINT are just looking a bit slow off the ball. They're getting these beautiful centre clearances, but they're playing behind in their forward line. They're just not attacking that footy as hard as they did at the start of that first quarter. So Stevens again reads it off the handball of a Tiwi player and gets it out. They get that another centre clearance. And McDonald's done work to that far side wing. He has a look up, so he goes to a teammate. He's going to get run down by Blackney. Notta gets a handball away just in time. Picked up by Curtis Ryan. Can't do much with it, but Tiwi turn it over here. It's going to go straight up the guts to where Archie Stevens was. A few quick handballs here, and they'll send it inside 50. But again, not attacking that footy. That defender from behind just came in with the big golden fist out the back there, and we'll get a stoppage inside PINT's forward 50.
Yeah, well, certainly as is running out of time in the third quarter with the breeze behind them, it's certainly not working out the way PINTs were expecting, I'm sure.
So beautiful rove off the footy there. Quick hands out from Thompson. Sends it out to McLean. McLean goes long down the line. PINT looking in best spot. Strong mark with the defence coming from Steele there. That looks like Smythe with that mark. No, it's Ma. Ma sends it straight back to where it came from, to the 2-on-1 again. And it just seems like PINT are just playing this slow game, very predictable game. They aren't trying to do what Tiwi have done and tried switching and flicking it around through some hands and looking inboard. So they're just not really, doesn't look like they're working hard for each other.
Well, I'm sure they're working hard, but it's just, you're right, it's not really coming to fruition very well. And they just don't appear to have a mobile forward who can sort of take a regularly strong mark at the moment. Perhaps as the season goes on, they'll do something about that, but it just doesn't appear to be a strikeout sort of forward similar to Steele down the other end and Kim Cantilla. They just don't seem to have players in the forward line at the moment that sort of can do what those two are doing.
Yeah, they've got Main down there in the big body, but he doesn't present, as you said, like Steele and Cantilla as well. So there's a free kick off this boundary throw-in. I'm going to say it's a high contact in the ruck contest. So McDonald will take this free kick.
Yeah, well, for me, McDonald's virtually, probably at this stage, probably maybe their best player. He's just been all over the ground. He's worked extremely hard. Some of his tap work has been terrific. And he's been a pretty good player today. I hope he sort of gets some reward, maybe with a 45, 50-metre goal.
Well, that's certainly what he's about to go for here, and right on the paint of the 50. He gets under that one beautifully. It's just going to spray across the face slightly. And it's nice and deep for PINT now anyway, so it's a boundary throw-in right next to that behind post.
There's still plenty of the quarter to go, so there's time for them to fight back in this, but let's see how they go. They're in the right place.
So just went for the kick now in the ruck work. Nobody really wins that tap, but Tiwi going to get hands to it if Main can pick it up, but a Tiwi with the numbers out the back. Goes through the hands, ends up in the hands of Lockwiak. He sends it to Thompson. Thompson wants to go across straight down the wing here. Looking for Tipalura, but shot from PINT just cut that one off. And he's going to send it high up and under. Tiwi looking in the best. They take each other out. A quick kick around the corner. I think it looked touched off the boot, but nevertheless, PINT kick a goal out of that. I'm not sure who kicked it. Big pack of players there. I missed that one.
I don't know, but it was a spectacular effort by the goal umpire. I can assure you, it was fantastic. Yeah, it was just a bit of luck there, wasn't it? Bounced over hands. He's claiming that he touched it, but maybe he needs to be a centimetre taller. He might have, or whether we did, we'll never know. But yeah, nice, lucky goal or a goal, whatever. They take anything at the moment, so good on them. Good goal.
Just some good forward line pressure there, I would say. Looks like Jorgensen kicked that one, so beautiful dribbler off of there.
But there was a moment there a couple of minutes ago where I think number 7 Michael Thompson had too much time to decide what he was going to do. You know, like there was no immediate tackle on him, and it just shows you they're a little bit off the pace.
Yeah, he ran across the face of goal as Steele gets the best part of that tap, and Michael Thompson on cue takes it and sends it inboard. 50 there. Good contest coming, but all kept their feet. Playing for the free kick there through Tiwi, but it's going to swing through the hands of Pint, and they'll send it out wide. Looking for a teammate, takes a juggling mark, is McKimmie. McKimmie sends it to the flank. They're looking good here. Tiwi having to do some work to stream back. They isolate Main in the one-on-one. What can he do here? Goes through the hands and knocked over there. Beautiful work there from Ashton Hams just to cover that one off and get it over the line.
Yeah, that looked like potential move, didn't it? They had players running everywhere. They were sort of breaking out. They had it all set up, but unfortunately, not the finish.
So Ham's calling everyone over, but Piner nicely numbered off here. He has 2 bounces, has 3 bounces. He runs it out. He's now got a player coming at him with that pressure. McKimmie's going to put that pressure on Thompson. Nearly got wrapped up. Goes back there. They send it down the line. Good effort from Brendan Cantilla to make sure that wasn't an easy mark to punt. Picked up by Lockyer. He drives out of the contest. Sends it inboard to the middle. What can Tipalora here do? It's Tipalora v Brad Ryan. Tipalora still pursuing it. Ryan hoping for something here, and it is. He wins himself a deliberate out of bounds or insufficient attempt free kick, but they turn it straight over and they're going to send it inboard. As I said before, they love the corridor, and Lockwowiak ends up with that one. He has a look up. He's going to put it in deep and long. Who's there? Who's under it? Francis Tippenwood. Picks it up. He dribbles it home. Can he get it through? Oh, so close. Looks like it's stopped on the boundary line. Hasn't quite gone over. And now it has. So
bit of a disagreement down in the after play down there in the square, but it's all good now. Yeah, it's just another metre or 2 inside. He might have got that and snuck it around the corner, but it wasn't to be.
So Pint tried to play on and get it out quickly and bounced off the chest. So we'll get a boundary throw in outside of their defensive 50. Smythe doing the ruck work against Steele. Read best by Stevens. Stevens gets it out to Rowe. Rowe has a bit of time. Smythe just with the punch forward. He's got McKimmie there. McKimmie sells a little bit of candy there and heads to the top of the 50 where he's looking for Jai Barry. He's got, a beautiful contest there. Probably almost a little bit high. Barry does well just to put the shepherd on for his teammate. Running around there. Marshall gets a quick hands. Back to Barry. What can Barry do? He just swings it left.
A little bit of composure might have helped there, but McDonald was right on the goal line there, putting his hands up there and saying, why not me? And unfortunately, a wasted opportunity for Pints when they really need to take them, because this quarter's going to run out soon, and Tiwi might be looking at they might be licking their chops at 3/4 time, I would think.
Absolutely. So we've just ticked over into that time on, as you said, and Hams has got a few leads coming at him to this near side wing, and he just roasts that one outside 50. Lockie's going to go up, but beautifully read by Brown for Pint. He looks inboard. The kick drops short. Tipalora picks that one up. It's hotly contested here. A beautiful one-handed pick up by Lockwowiak. It's just ping-ponging in and out and picked up by Barry. Barry has a look up. Strings away and sends it home. McDonald's happy with that one this time in the square, and Barry kicks his second for this game.
Yeah, good effort. Good control. Nicely executed goal, and yeah, gives them some hope. Gives them some chance. Certainly giving them close. There's only a couple of goals now, so yeah, this game's not over. I'm not going to make any. I'm not going to try and predict it, but yeah, that really helps make it a much closer game, and in the last 2 goals they've got, which is good for everybody, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely some much better forward pressure from Pint there just to lock that one in. Hams is still clearing at 60 out from that kick out, but the middies are set up nicely just to sort of push that ball back into the 50, and the forwards, as I said, don't really have a huge target except for Main or McDonald down there at the moment, but they're smaller forward forwards in Marshall and that have done well just to keep that one in and lock it in. So Tiwi with the centre clearance here. They'll go inside, just inside 50. Beautiful spoil coming from the back from Pendergast. Picked up by Pine. They've got a bit of run here. Gets it out to Shot. Shot goes short, doesn't blaze away with it. Sends it inboard, but kicks slightly smothered and picked up there by Karanua. Karanua goes in short inside 50 and finds Tipalora, and I'd imagine he'll go back and have a shot here from about 45 out.
Beautiful pass into the forward line. You couldn't have got any better than that. That was just class football by a class player. Beautiful football.
Are you going to give him the commentator's curse? Is Stanley Tipalora going to kick this?
Oh, 50-50 with that little zapper. The flags are still flying, so I've just got the feeling he might be very lucky.
He might also drop short. He gives himself a bigger angle here, and it is just going to drop slightly short in that square. Pint of numbers there. What can they do? They get a kick away, but sitting under it there is Babwai. And he tackles, drops the mark, but follows up with a beautiful tackle on McDonald. So we get a ball up about 60 out from Tiwi's goal. So just waiting for the rucks to nominate. Umpire Manning here decided he was on the wrong side, 60 out. So Black Ninota gets that one. Beautiful pick up there from Cantilla. Cantilla taps it on the ground as a bounce, gets it out to Lockwiak. He loses his feet a little bit, but Pine have picked it up. Some quick hands through the middle. Beautiful effect of the kick there. Lockyer doesn't quite grab that one cleanly, allows Pine a bit of time to get numbers there. Some handballs through, and McDonald's going to send it long down the line. Main just up a bit too far, and that wind probably took that footy, and Madden managed to take hold of that one. Comes out to Brown. They're on their half-back. There can't be long left of this quarter. Brown plays on. He goes down the wing, keeps it low, keeps it short, ends up on the chest of Jack Brown for Pint. But over the boundary line, we see that one, and another throw-in at halfway. So 22 minutes gone here. 9 goal 8, 62. Tiwi leading and Pint closing that lead. 7 goal 7, 49. Beautiful read off the ruck was Brown. He's tackled strongly. And we'll get another ball up.
Been a good tussle between the two main ruckmen, hasn't it? It's sort of been really just non-stop.
It's been very even, but both of them have been just trying a few different things every time, so they're a bit unpredictable on each other.
Yeah, interesting.
So Tiwi get it out to Tipalora. Tipalora just kicks around the body. Beautiful read from Pint. They're going to go up the corridor here. They're trying to buy themselves some time, and Shot looks up. He's got one-on-ones in front of him, and the umpire's called an early free kick, so I'm going to say someone's being held onto. So Ham's holding on to someone. Probably a mismatch again in height that just gets him a little bit caught off guard, and there's a tussle going on in the middle. And the siren manages to beat them all. So Pint will have a shot after the siren here on goal while the players are just dragged off this contest. Someone with a shirt ripped in there.
You missed the start of that one, no idea. But yeah, boys aren't very happy with each other, but I just, what a waste of energy, frankly.
I'm sure umpire Manning's in there. He'll get things sorted in there, as he does love to. There's a couple on the goal line. I can't quite see who's taking this set shot on goal, but they're throwing some grass up just to see what way that wind's actually going. So they're going to have to kick it from about a 45-degree angle and about 45 out. So
got a very long run up. He might fall over by the time he gets to kick it.
And Ahmed Saad like run up here.
It's about 40 metres.
He'll be a bit tired by the time he gets here. Won't have the legs. He'll need that wind. So Pint coming in, looking to just drag that margin back. They've got the wind in their sails, and he sends it home.
Well, Well, that's just about made it a 5.6-point game. So we have got a interesting situation going into the fourth quarter. There's no doubt about that, and particularly a bit of saucy stuff going on in terms of umpires and discussions between players, and a behind-the-play meeting together between the two teams just a couple of minutes ago. So yeah, what's been an interesting game is going to possibly become even more interesting.
Yeah, and I think that was Jesse Marshall just kicks that final goal, if I've just managed. They just dragged that league back, back 1 or 2. So end of the third quarter here, 9-goal 8-62. Tiwi Bombers leading PINT 8-goal 7-55, and we'll be back with you for a final quarter after a short break.
We're for being in it together. Like Danny's team. She'll be captain next year.
For real?
For real! Or like this couple, celebrating their anniversary.
29 years today.
30?
Whoops, awkward. Well, congrats either way. And Sarah. She loves walking at East Point every Saturday with her besties.
Keep up.
I'm trying, Sarah. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston, where you're always welcome. Our cafe is the perfect place to unwind while the kids let loose in our fully supervised kids club. From our weekly lunch deals to nightly dinner specials, great steak, schnitzels, all your favourite pub classics and modern Asian cuisine. A great selection of drinks, tasty meals, a bit of friendly competition and the best sport. Kazali's has got you sorted. Check out what's happening at kazalisnt.com.au.
Are you ready to beat the coach?
This ain't no regular thing. Came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot in this thing. This is my city, yeah, this is my team.
Play now at supercoach.com.au.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it up, up. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Top End Footy is back. It's fast, tough and a pure display of Territory passion. From the heat of the day to the electricity of the night games, every clash is fierce. Each moment better than the last.
Goal! They're into front!
This is our game, our way. Top End Footy. Nothing comes close.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. You're watching AFL&T's coverage of the 2025-26 TIO NTFL Men's Premier League Round 3 clash from TIO Stadium between the Tiwi Bombers and PINTs. Tiwi 9 goals, 862 with a 7-point lead, 8 goals, 755 over PINTs and Stretts. We've got a big last quarter on our hands in front of us here.
Yeah, I think it's now that they've got the disparity between the two scores is only 7 points. So clearly, statistically and all logic says, well, this is going to go down to the wire. And you know, interestingly, PINTs were able to get back at the end of that third quarter, about 3 goals in a row, which was sort of like, where's that come from? But it did, and they're going to be, you know, they're going to be going. They're thinking, well, we're just good as we've got as much chance as anybody here. I think it's going to go down to the wire. I hope it does, and may the best team win on the day.
Absolutely. I tip Tiwi, you tip PINTs, and it genuinely could go down. That wind is going to play a big factor, with PINT kicking 4 goals with the wind that quarter. Tiwi kicking 5 in the second with the wind, only kicking the 1 in the first quarter. So it is a 4 or 5 goal breeze. So I'd imagine Tiwi might get a bit of run on here, but PINT might be able to stop them. As a beautiful tap over the top there from McDonald to kick him off. He's trying to rove his own footy. He gets dragged underneath it, and umpire Cooper will play a ball up early in this term.
Yeah, that battle between the two ruckmen has just been fascinating, actually. Tunner, Blackney, Noda versus Connor McDonald. That's priceless.
So Tiwi get the first inside 50. He's going to dribble back out, but Tippum Woody's here. What special can he do? He's got some great pressure coming from his opponent, and PINT have support there through... I'm not sure who number 43 is, because he must have been the one that got his Guernsey ripped off at the tussle at the 3/4 time break. But I'll have to check. I'm sure it's updated as Brown comes away with that one. He's going to send it just inside 50 for PINT. It's a 2-on-1 here, and beautiful work there from Bates. He's already kicked 1, and he finds his teammate 5 metres out off the goal square. He's got a teammate, and he handles it over the top. And the PINT with through Frauenfelder with the first goal of this final term.
Well, that was just determined play. You could see as they're coming out of the back line, they were really, really going for it. There's a lot of you know, honest football going on out there at the moment. Not lacking. Maybe at times the Bruins level's a bit average, but gee, the intent and to get that ball out of the back line and get it up there and have the means to be able to just handball it over the head for an easy goal. That says a lot for PINTs, and it just says, well, you know, Tiwi, can you go with us, because we're going to do that. And I think that's to their credit. I've got to say, they're a pretty honest team. They haven't got brilliant stars, but they're honest. And a good team will beat a champion team, beats a team of champions, as we know. It's great.
Yeah, and it was obviously Coach Wiley's given a bit of a rev up and sort of, do you want to win this game? The game's in our hands if we want to take it and win it today. So they've dragged that margin back to 1 point. They haven't had the lead since the first quarter, I would say. So PINT just wheeled that one forward as well with some great fast play. So back in the middle here, Blackney Notter puts it under, sits underneath it. He roves his own footy, taps it out. Only as far as PINT, they've got numbers, they've got balance around this contest. Gets it out to Jorgensen. Jorgensen goes short down the middle. Almost too short, but they play on. They come out wide. Beautiful stretching mark there, and gets Ma. Ma's under some pressure here. They're almost gone a bit too fast now. And Tiwi with some numbers. They're going to come out with it. They go down the line. Beautiful one-handed mark by Lockwiak. He plays on. He finds Tipalora, and that's John Tipalora. He's got a paddock to himself. He has one bounce. He has a look up. He's hoping for a lead to come to him. Oh, and he's sprayed that one off the side of the bed. He had too much time there.
Oh, well, it's the best of us. Yeah, that was a disappointing finish to that. He looked like he had the thing under control for sure, but I don't know, maybe he got distracted by a bird in the trees, I'm not sure.
Just wanted to give the little fella returning the ball a bit of a touch.
Yeah, that little fella up there with his Brisbane jumper on.
So Maloney looking to go long here. He's got pressure from Ken Tiller. He's going to have to kick it quickly. Blackney Notter just gets rid of the PINT player underneath there, and they'll get a free kick through Ma. Advantage has been paid. They'll go down the line to Main. Main just got a bit caught under it there, and it comes off the chest and rolled straight over. So we'll get a boundary throw in. As I said, Pint looking to go fast here. They look a bit more switched on than the last 2 quarters. They've got their first quarter spark back.
Yeah, well, I think those late goals in the third quarter have definitely given them a bit of a sniff. There's no question about that.
So ball goes back in. McDonald takes it out the ruck, gets a sneaky handball underneath to Jorgensen. Jorgensen's kick just doesn't quite come off, but he's got a teammate there. He picks it up beautifully. He releases. Shot has a look on goal. He's got an empty goal square, and he goes straight through, and Pint take the lead in this final term.
Well, they came in with a better percentage than Tiwi, but this is only after 2 games, so what do you know? But at the moment, they have kicked the last, I think, perhaps the last 5 goals. So they are the dominant team, and it's been a turnaround since about halfway through the third quarter, when it looked like it was all over Rover, and Tiwi were kicking goals up to the non-scoring end, and you thought, well, you know, how far? But this has not turned out that way at all. So maybe my early tipping suggestion's working its way out better than I thought for a while.
And you are dead set spot on. They have kicked the last 5. And Tiwi haven't kicked a goal since halfway through the third term yet. So they'll need a spark here to finish them off. They've got plenty of magic on that field. As the ball goes up, back in the middle, Blackney Nodder just gets a hand to it, but he wraps up McDonald again. Both rucks doing a lot of roving work. They're going to need their middies soon. And Pint gets some quick hands out here. They're on the wing through Brown. Brown's got pressure coming. Gets it out to Barry. Barry's going to look for someone in the pockets. Stretching mark. Beautiful work by Rowe. Rowe plays on. He's got pressure coming. He's got teammates though too. Shrugged one. Looking inboard in the middle for Smythe. And a beautiful contested mark by Ben Smythe there against Michael Thompson. And he'll go back to steady things for Pine. I'm imagining the experience of Benjamin Smythe, that he will take the full 30 as well. Just chew a little bit of time off that clock. Hasn't kicked a goal today. I feel like I thought he did actually. So he's straight out in front. Left foot, keeps it low, and slightly to the right. So behind on the board. So the flat 1 goal in it now.
Oh, he hasn't kicked a goal yet, but nice point. But yeah, look, this game's, as I said a moment ago, this has been the turnout we were sort of half expecting at the start of the game, that it was not going to be a clear winner, and that's the way it is at the moment.
So big long kick out from Tiwi there, and a beautiful strong mark by Smith. He had to make him work for that one. So Smith comes back. He's got a lead coming at him. What can he do? There's 4 Tiwis either side of it. Tries to get rid of one. And Tiwi will take that free kick just straight in the back of Ashton Hams. Comes out to McLean. They switch it to the fat side here. Main's hot on those heels. Main just a bit undisciplined there. Probably hanging on there. No free kick paid. Play on, says the ump. Picked up and knocked out, but the tackle was high. Advantage has been paid here. The umpire's paid it, and Hams takes that mark deep in 50. He's been great back there. I've usually seen him as an on-baller more so, but he's steadied things as the last line of defence here as Tiwi bring it out, and Tipalora takes a strong mark against McDonald in front of us in the nice shady part of this oval. There's not much of it out there, but another strong mark. That'll be a chop at the arms or high on Lockwiak. So we need to go back behind his mark here. Just gives Pine that little bit extra time. They do have a bit of a zone again going on. They've got 1 spare inside the 50. They've got matchups there and then a zone at the top of the 50, but coming at it is Lockwiak. Picked up by Pint. Sends it out wide to McDonald. They're going to have to do some work here. They're going to have to get the wheels on both sides. McDonald tries to sell a bit of candy, gets wrapped up, but gets a handball out to Ma before that. And straight to Murphy short. And a bit of a hit from Harry McKimmie as Carlson Cantilla marked that footy. Players wanting 50, but umpire Manning says no, get up. Cantilla goes short to Brown. Brown has a look up. He can see matchups all down the ground, so he's going to have to just send it. He does. He has a classic Tiwi torp. Good punch and good spoil there. Ma taking the hands off there, out to Chalmers. Chalmers goes wide to Ryan. That's Curtis Ryan. He's got some work to do, and he's got the boundary line in favour. So we'll get a boundary throw in inside Tiwi's forward 50 here.
Well, the alarming aspect of the game for Patrick Bowden, the coach of Tiwi at the moment, the fact that 9 times out of 10, when the ball's there to be picked up, there's 3 or 4 PINT guys, and there's 1 or 2 Tiwi guys. It's just stopped running or something. I don't know. But it's just they're just not there. As you can, there's an example of it.
They didn't want that footy then. They just let McKimmie take that mark uncontested, and there was 2 of them there on cue. Looks like Madden gets a tap down to Brown, gets the handball back to Madden. Madden has a look up. He's got Black Ninoda in the middle, sorry, but he's surrounded by PINT. Tiwi look a bit run off their legs at the moment here, and Stevens gets a kick inside 50, but cut off and read best from Tiwi. They'll look to switch it out to this near side. Stretching mark there. Handball over the top to Lockwiak. Puts it out in front. It's got a bounce for him, and that it doesn't really. So PINT pounce on this one. Goes short to Brown. Brown goes short to Barry. Barry looks around. He's got a bit of time. He's going to get tackled. Oh, just gets a handball away. Just in time. Comes out to Archie Stevens, and that one looks like a behind from the minute it came off his boot.
Well, again, it was an errant handball down here in front of us that just set that play up to go the other way for PINTs, and just an inadequate attempt and unsuccessful footy decision made there, and it's cost him.
So Hams goes up the guts to Madden. They clear the 50. Wants to get the handball, but good pressure from PINT. Finds Tip and Woody in the middle. Tip and Woody's got McLean. He's run from that back pocket. A beautiful smother and pick up from Pendergast. Not a great kick, but doesn't matter. Came off. Comes through the hands of McKimmie. McKimmie looking for Marshall. Doesn't quite get there, and there'll be a free kick here. It's going to go the way of Marshall. The umpire signalled hanging on. So it must have been just as he was running, stretching for that footy he was hung on to. And he goes short and finds his teammate. And they'll look to line up for their 3rd goal of this quarter. That looks like Jorgensen. Slight angle, probably kicks from 40 out. He's coming in, he's gotten under it, got close to the man on the mark, and it goes straight over the goal umpire's head. So PINT have kicked 3 goals to zip this quarter.
Well, they're just working harder. They're getting across the ground quicker. They're making better decisions when they do have it. And they're putting enough pressure on Tiwi to just make them almost virtually a little bit disinterested in, or something, disarray, probably a better word. So, yeah, that's what you cop. And, well, good luck to them. I mean, they've kicked 6 in a row. They've been able to kick accurately that end of the ground, even despite the fact that a bit of a breeze coming out of the Michael Long area building. Although I noticed the breeze has dropped a bit. But, yeah, I mean, they've worked hard and they've put themselves right back in the game and now lead by more than 2 goals.
Yeah, and I think that was Sam Bates, that kicked that one. That would be his 2nd of the game. Gave it to Jorgensen. He'll be dirty about that. As ball's back up in the middle, it's in dispute here. PINT, as you said, getting first hands of that footy every time. Tiwi just looking to want to tackle instead of picking up the footy at the moment. They're a bit flat-footed, looking a bit tired out there. Black Ninoda just hangs on to McDonald. McDonald gets a clear tap, but Body's just sitting on the top of it. McDonald comes out of it with a flying boot. Only as far as Putintanamiri. He's got a bit of time. He's got Penbury-like time to pick it up. He goes out to Tipalora. Tipalora high up and under, snap kick. Few sitting under it. Jack Steele comes at it. Beautiful pick up from Tiwi. Goes straight through the hands of Lockwiak. And PINT come out with it. Another terrible kick off the side of the boot, but that's what happens when you've got a bit of pressure coming at you. As they get a kick nice and short here. I haven't worked out who 43 is, who got their Guernsey ripped off last quarter.
Yes, I think he got up in a bit of a tangle with Brendan Cantilla towards the end of the 3rd quarter.
So they go short to Jorgensen. Jorgensen goes short to Barry. Barry plays on. He's got pressure from both left and right. He goes blazing away. Who's he got in the square? A beautiful chest mark in the square. Uncontested. And that's Jesse Marshall deep He had the height disadvantage against his defender, but he worked his body beautifully and watched the flight of that kick just come straight around and protected that drop zone well. Looks like another ripped Guernsey in front of us here as well. So straight out in front, marking the goal square, he goes straight out, 10 metres out, and he makes no mistake of that. Jesse Marshall kicked that last goal of the third quarter as well after the siren.
Well, they're reaping the rewards from their hard work, and we've got probably approximately about 6 or 7, maybe 8 minutes to go, and Tiwi going to have the opportunity to turn this game around, because they're going to have to, and frankly, it's a bit hard to see it, which is disappointing considering where they were halfway through the third quarter and how they looked, and they look so clinical, quick, and no, it's full credit to Pints. They've really gritted their teeth and done it the hard way, and they're reaping the reward.
And they are kicking against the breeze. That breeze is still strong to the right of screen, to Tiwi's scoring end as well. So Tiwi not making the most, but there is still probably 10 minutes left, 8 to 10 minutes left of this game. It is enough time for Tiwi just to kick those quick couple of goals. Can never write them out. McDonald jumps early, nobody takes that tap. They get Tiwi, get the clearance. It goes wide. Comes out in front of Kerenua. Does some pretty work there in Babwai. He's got support out the back in Lockwiak. Just keeps it wide, so they'll get a ball in here. It was a 3-on-2 there, so probably not the worst result for Tiwi, right on top of their 50. So Tiwi on the defensive side of this contest. They're set up at the back here. As Seals in the ruck against McDonald. It's going to drop a little bit short, but McDonald just pushed Steele under it. So Pint get a kick away cleanly. Short gets a handball after being tackled. Jai Barry with some strength there to get rid of his defender. Ashton Hams takes a beautiful chest mark just to cut that one off. Not as deep as he's been cutting them off all day, so he's pushed up the ground a little bit to try and help that. He goes inboard to McLean. McLean hasn't got really anything coming at him, so he just goes slightly back. And they're going to play on here. Tiwi, they're looking to go up the middle. A kick off the deck. The umpire should pay this as a mark if it's marked. Blackney Notta plays on. He's got Babwi all out by himself. He plays on. He turns his defender inside out. He's going to hit it in board. A beautiful lead coming there from Lockyer, but cut off there. And the contest comes back out to Lockyer. It's going to dribble over for a behind. So,
well, an opportunity there for Lockyer, but well, I mean, Pints have missed a few during the day as well, so it's pretty even in that area. But yeah, they can't afford to 30 metres out, even in a rush situation. They've got to kick a goal, not a point.
Well, Tiwi aren't getting it as deep this quarter as well, and I don't think that's helping them. They had Steele, they had Cantilla deep early in the game, and they're just not getting it that deep. As Ma tried to mark that, but ended up in the hands of Babwi. Kept in by Kerenua. Now that's out. So they've kept it inside their 50, so they just need to turn this one into a goal in the next minute or two. And then that spark, if they can get a quick clearance, they can kick 2 quick goals and get themselves straight back in this. As we're about to 30 seconds before we tick over into time on of this final term. Ball goes back in, still takes front position. He ends up back with it, he snaps it to the top of the square. Pine with the extra in defence. Beautiful chest mark there by Prendergast.
Yeah, well, that sort of sums it up for me. I mean, a kick going in, the guy's behind. Get in front.
Absolutely. 1-on-1 here. Prendergast just goes long. I think the free kick has been paid. I assume a hanging on free kick there. So Pint go down the line. Smythe under it, looking for it, gets a hand to it, then carums his own footy probably. And we'll get another ball up on this wing. So it looks like Carlson Cantilla will go up in that ruck. Might give them an extra on Baller if he's going in the ruck. 2v1 on Steele. Brad Ryan doing a bit of work there. They keep their distance and their width here. Pint comes out to Prendergast. Prendergast goes short. So they're obviously aware of the time here, I would say, Pint. And they're just looking for targets now, playing a bit of smart footy. As I say, that Murphy Short's point is to go long. So he does just that. It's gone back to this same spot for the last 3 times in a row. Marshall there. Tiwi trying to keep it in. And another boundary throw in where it's been.
This style of football with the taking up time, resetting and just keeping it steady without trying to do anything flamboyant. It's just the proper way to go about in the situation they're in. They're just sucking up the time and just like the heat sucked up all the energy from the players, I suspect.
So Tiwi with numbers out the back. Lockviak picks it up, but he's tackled strongly by McKimmie. And we'll get another ball up. As he said, staying composed, Pioneer. They're just allowing themselves that composure and that time just to drop one back as well to cut it off if it does go inside 50 quite quickly there as Shot tries to bulldoze through. And Tip and Woody gets a kick out. It's in the middle. Bit of space for Brad Ryan to take it and go. He's done that a few times today. Tries to send it in board. Beautiful spoil. Big hops from Ashton Hams from the back. And should this will be a free kick to Tiwi. They take the advantage. Tip and Woody's in there. He's got a paddock to himself. He looks up. He's got teammates streaming back there. Goal side. Lockyer gets in front. Can't quite take that mark. Beautiful pressure coming deep in there from Smith. He tries again. It comes out into the hands of Lockyer. And it goes straight through. What a beautiful goal from Lockyer from that pocket. I don't know if it's too late to kick another 2, but they are Tiwi with a nice goal through Nigel Lockyer there.
Yeah, Nigel Lockyer's got a vast experience in the NT and South Australia. Highly skilled player. He's shown moments during the game. You thought, ooh, that's something really nice. Unfortunately, I don't really think he's presenting that consistently throughout the game, but he certainly has got some special ability and some special skill.
Yeah, I think he had a best on-ground performance for them last week. A big standout in there, and he can be electric as well. Just maybe the 2 o'clock game, we just can't quite see that spark from them. So ball goes back up here. All the middies are sucked into that contest, so they're going to have to make themselves some space, and Rowe gets a kick off the deck. Gets it inside their 50. Some quick hands looking for Smythe. Smythe's got 2 to beat here. Hams is one of them. Hams wants insufficient attempt. But Smythe was being pursued and tackled by him, so we'll get a ball up. Almost 22 minutes gone of this last quarter, 18 minutes and time on due to the heat policy as well, so we can't be long left. The 4 goals kicked by Pint this quarter, 0 to Tiwi at the moment. And a kick off the contest. No one under it yet. Ball comes out, some quick hands. Comes out to Jorgensen, he shrugs 1, tackler shrugs 2, and on the snap on the right. And it hits the woodwork right on that final time siren. So Pint coming back from a 7-point deficit at 3/4 time to take the chocolates in this win against Tiwi. 12 goals 10, 82 to Tiwi Bombers, 10 goal 9, 69. Both teams putting up a hard, hot fight. And Stretz, who did we see in our best today?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a hard one because it's pretty even across the field. Frankly, there weren't any really dominating, standout sort of player type guys, but certainly in terms of Tiwi, consistently Brandon McLean and Hams were just doing what they go about doing, critical and very lovely finishing with the football. Those 2 stood out to me. Kim Cantilla, unfortunately, didn't quite maintain it throughout the total of the game, and Anzac Lochawiak I thought was pretty impressive, but and also hard-working, out it all day Tanner Blackney Noda I thought in the ruck was pretty impressive indeed. Archie, in the case of the Pints Club, I thought Archie Stevens was impressive. Brad Ryan, the captain, consistent, reminded me of the role of other players in the AFL, actually. Harris Andrews, for example. But Connor McDonald, fantastic in the ruck, just kept going and going. Jacob Maloney, very, very impressive as well. And I could name 2 or 3 others. But it was a team effort overall, much more of team effort out of Pints eventually than it was out of Tiwi. They just sort of backed each other, put in an honest performance, took responsibility for what was going on around them, and showed a little bit more maturity and a willingness to make the effort to fight through that heat haze and go ahead and do it. They kicked the last 7 or 8 goals of the game and deserved to win.
Absolutely, and as you said, a team game from Pint. They had 8 goal scorers, multiples to Jesse Marshall, Bailey Frauenfelder, Jai Barry, Sam Bates, and singles to Thomas Schott, Archie Stevens, Riley Main, and Adam Jorgensen. And then on the Tiwi side, they had 5 goal kickers today. 3 stand out to Jack Steele, who was great in the ruck as well. 2 to Puddentana Mary, Kim Cantilla, and then singles to Brandon Cantilla and Francis Tippenwoody. And Peter Stretz, thanks for joining us today. My name is Sam Lane. We've had a pleasure hosting you for this round 3 clash, with Pint taking that lead 12 goal 10 82, finishing off Tiwi Bombers 10 goal 9 69. And stay with us for a couple more games and the rest of round 3.
Thank you.